Hi everyone, this is Jen Kitzmiller. I'm a meteorologist here at the Weather Service in Missoula, and I have your fire weather briefing recorded on the afternoon of August 20th. So to start things off, here's a look at our water vapor satellite imagery from this morning. A couple things to note: we have high pressure over the area, and you'll see quite a bit of dry air kind of working its way up into north central Idaho, western Montana. So that's going to maintain those warm and dry conditions here going into Wednesday. However, if you look upstream, we have this large area of low pressure, and that's going to be pushing a cold front into the area beginning Wednesday night. So that'll be our next big weather change that we're going to be talking about. Now, as far as going into Wednesday is looking like our warmest, driest day of the week, as that high pressure is really centered over the area. You'll see the flow is starting to become a little more southwesterly, so that's going to be leading to some more unstable conditions, and that'll also result in some increased afternoon breezes, generally from the southwest. Another thing to note is we're going to have another night of poor RH recoveries underway, especially on those mid-slopes and ridges. Now, taking a more detailed look at temperatures and RHs on Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday does look like the warmest day of the week, and in a lot of places we'll be running about 10 degrees above normal for this time of year. As a side note, this may be one of the last days where we're able to see fairly widespread 90-degree temperatures in the valleys. So just kind of something to take a mental note of. The other thing with those warm, dry conditions, we are going to be seeing pretty widespread RHs, generally in the teens across the area for Wednesday afternoon. Now, ahead of that front that's going to come through Wednesday evening into the overnight hours, we are expecting to see a few thunderstorms develop. We're not expecting them to be very widespread, but any thunderstorms that do develop will have the potential to produce some gusty outflow winds. Right now, it looks like the areas most likely to see those thunderstorms develop would be through the eastern Lolo, south into the Bitterroot National Forest, and also the Beaverhead Deer Lodge National Forest. Now, as far as the cold front goes, rough timing. It looks like the front should be getting into the Kootenai National Forest and the western portions of the Clear Nez between 6 to 9 p.m. Wednesday evening. And then it's going to move eastward to roughly the Lolo, Flathead, and through the rest of the Clear Nez between 9 p.m. to midnight. And then it'll be getting into southwest Montana, so the Bitterroot, Beaverhead Deer Lodge, likely between midnight and 3 a.m. Now, being that this is a nighttime passage of the cold front, we're not expecting winds to be overly strong with this, but we will be seeing that wind shift from southwest Wednesday afternoon to more of a west to northwest wind direction Wednesday night, and that'll be most evident up in those higher elevations, those more exposed areas, and there could be some gusts 20 to 25 miles per hour as that front passes through. Now, behind the front, on Thursday, we are expecting cooler temperatures just about everywhere by as much as 20 degrees, so it's a pretty big air mass change coming in with this front. Most locations will see some showery conditions, though we're not necessarily expecting widespread wetting rains. It will be pretty breezy, but with those cooler temperatures, humidities will be up across most of the area. The one exception is across the far southern portions of the Beaverhead Deer Lodge National Forest, where you likely won't have that full air mass change just yet, so Thursday could be still relatively dry and windy in those far southern portions of the Beaverhead Deer Lodge. Moving into the weekend, the upper level flow becomes more westerly, or what we call zonal flow, and so that's going to lead to normal to maybe just slightly below normal temperatures going into the weekend and early next week. Temperatures will be right about where they should be this time of year. Initially maybe a little bit cooler, but then it's going to warm up with time to right about normal. But kind of something to keep in mind is this pattern does look pretty breezy. One period in particular that we're keeping an eye on is Sunday. That could be pretty windy across most all of the Northern Rockies region. And then there are some hints way out there towards like Monday, Tuesday that there could be a Canadian cold front coming down out of the north. So if that was the case, we would see a transition to more northerly winds and possibly even some precipitation, especially along the Continental Divide, but maybe even further westward. There's still some questions on the timing and the strength of that, so I just advise at this point to stay tuned, and we'll update you on how that's going to progress on our next briefing. Here's just a quick look at what the longer term weather trends are expected to be. This is that 6 to 10 day outlook, and overall it's looking like we're going to continue with normal to maybe just slightly above normal temperatures, breezy conditions, and fairly low chances of seeing widespread wetting rains. So here's your weather threat matrix. I've highlighted Wednesday across most of the area due to those hot, dry, and unstable conditions that we're expecting ahead of the cold front. And then on Thursday, we highlighted southwest Montana again for those dry and windy conditions that are expected. And then again on Sunday, when we're expecting a little bit more wind, could be a heads-up type day. So that's all I have for you today. Our next briefing is scheduled for Thursday, August 22nd, and in the meantime, feel free to give us a call if you have any questions. Thanks, and have a good day.